one more again. Doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for love and support. You know, the road that we are guided towards is not an easy task, but trust and believe it's going to give you strength and power, more than you ever know. With that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when your girl is about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and hitting you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the video is insightful, gives you good vibes or informative, that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath, maybe going through trying times and need spiritual guidance or just confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. And thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the channel I'm using today, I must love me some Jason Stevenson because I pick him a lot often, but he also has some good meditation too. It's Jason Stevenson's chakra healing music, and it's called Manifest Miracles, Calm the Mind, Remove All Negative Blocks, and Release Stressors. We all need that in our life one way or another. The video I'm doing right now is called Facing the Harshness of Truth. Push forward boldly, remembering what was forgotten. You know, truth can hurt you sometimes. A lot of times we have to go through the cruelest stuff to understand that was for our greater good. A lot of times we wonder how we have the motivation to get through a constant struggle each and every day. We're all dealing with something. We're all fighting our own demons. We're all, healing that enemy in the inside so the outside enemy of chaos can't, touch us. Going through, um, going through, we go through so much in life. We already got our daily struggles. There's so many different things that's going on in your life on top of the things that you're really trying to fix within the war of the mind, you know. And a lot of times it can really be scary, but it's just like we have, you know, carried that pain of wounds like a backpack, like Dora the Damn Explorer, no swiper, no swiping, type of situation like that, where it's at that point where why are you running? Why do you choose to hold on to these things? Do you not love yourself? Uh, do you not feel like life is worth you being happy? Do you feel like you're worthy enough? And these are the reason why all these things are taking place, because you are worthy enough. You are, you know, that person that carries around a higher purpose than you understand. Everything is bigger than what it seems to us, because a lot of time we'll have that tunnel vision in times that we go through so many different things, that we'll focus on the mistakes, we'll focus on the lack, we'll focus on the mistreatment, than actually allowing ourselves to stay focused on our purpose. So there's a lot of different things that's taking place in this life, time around, because we're all going through a mass chain of a collective, and you were strong, and a lot of times we go through different things and we feel stagnant, or we feel like everyone is against us, you know, and it's just like we all have a purpose, okay? And they never told us that mission would be easy. But these are life lessons that we had to be able to live by, being able to embrace what we endured, you know, being able to turn those events of pain into something that's compassionate, you know, being able to nurture after you have been neglected for so long, being able to love when there was anger, hurt, resentment, in your heart, in your mind, you know, trying to forgive and let go instead of hold on while you're blocking what's deserved, you know. And that's the change that we had to be able to go through. You know, it's a daily chore each and every day, you know. There will be times that I go through different things in my life and I just feel like life is just not fair, you know, especially if you're going all out, you know, trying to see what I'm doing is bigger than me, you know, even though things happened to me, it wasn't even about me, it was about the people I was going to come into contact with, you know. My trauma had a purpose, a higher purpose to do, you know. I say it a lot. I never see myself doing videos or podcasts or talking to people all over the world, you know, sharing, teaching, learning, all these different things. I never knew that. My mind has always been deep, you know, since I've been in school. So it's just like I always spoke differently. I already see things differently. I didn't really care for it because I felt like I wasn't really learning anything. Like this is not, you know, even though I love, you know, I'll tell people stay in school. Don't do like I did, stay in school. But it's just like I felt like I learned so much more. You know, I dropped out of high school. Don't have a doctorate or anything like that, but I learned so much just from the things that I've endured throughout my life. You know, and then being able to recognize that power even when I'm not exactly where I want to be at right now. But there's different signs that's coming up that let you know, what you're seeing may not be, you know, may not be what is really taking place, you know, because the devil would always love for you to see, you know, God is not answering your prayers. He's ignoring you. You see the battles. He constantly pushing you in, even though you've been trying to um, move forward and try to stay focused. And there's always something. There's always something. It's like you can't go a whole week, you know, a whole week without uh, some kind of drama, some kind of stress, some kind of memory upload. They'll come back and really, you know, have you in your feelings, something you may have forgotten that was suppressed for so long. And it's just, you know, being able to change that viewpoint, you know, because a lot of times it is hard for you to be able to go back and allow yourself to whatever you press down so much, you know, because a lot of times we feel like we're not being loved, we're not being supported. There's nobody out there to can really feel what I feel, even though people say they understand me. They don't understand the way my mind works. They don't understand the burdens that I've bared that I'm trying so desperately just to make peace with, you know, because to me, I'm the type of person, you know, there's some people that actually love being like that because it gets them more attention. You know, I don't need attention like that. I used to do stuff like that until I seen myself being a victim. I was victimizing my own self. I questioned my self worth. I felt like, oh, okay, nobody loves me. There's nobody out there to support me. I had to learn how to support myself. What the next person thought about me didn't mean shit. You know, what the next person didn't believe about my story didn't mean nothing to me, you know. And at first it did. I won't lie. You know, it's just like I went through these things and I wanted to be able to talk to somebody about it because it was just so traumatizing just to see, is there something I did, you know, why would these people do this to me? These are people I trusted, these are people I loved. And it was just like, whatever has been robbed of you, you know, whatever has been robbed from you, it wasn't meant to stay there, you know. And it's harsh for you to say that when, you know, I lost a mom, adopted mom, um, and then I lost my biological father, you know. But it's just like that oneness of love came so much closer than it was in a physical presence, and they're needed in a better place. And it's just like, you know, they're helping us go along our ways because we're going through all these changes and have to face a lot of things in our life. And it's just like, you just ready for the blessings to come through. You just getting tired of all these daggone challenges because it seems like as soon as you clear one, 10 more come up. And I'm just like, you know, and it is, It's just I even look at God like I'm so tired of these challenges. You say you love me, but next thing you know, I got challenge after challenge after challenge after challenge. But then when I allow myself to get up out of my feelings, you know, because it's just like you don't want to piss God off. You don't want to piss off the universe, and definitely not karma either. You know, but then it's just like when I constantly kept going through these different things, and I just felt like, why do I feel alone? Why does it seem like, when I push out love and compassion and positivity, you strike me as soon as I sit up here and snap off on somebody because they're invading my personal space. They're trying to trigger me, you know, something like that. I said, look, I try to walk off because the last time I fed into that negativity, I broke somebody's face in 20 different places. I never want to be that way again. I never want to be that way again. So I just choose to walk off. But then I allow myself to change that perspective of everything is taking place. I'm like, yes, this is putting me in a different standstill. I had constant setbacks. I had people in my life that I supported that didn't give two about me. I got to see the true intentions of everybody that came into my life. Even though I pushed out love, there'll be people blocking me from my blessings because of who I was related to, or they felt some type of way, and I had to be selective about what I talked about. So all these different things that I went through that really hurt me to the core allowed me to really learn about myself, because I had a very low self-esteem. You know, I I went through stuff where I felt like I had to be a people pleaser, or I was always that F up. That's the reason why people treated me like that, because it was like I was the lowest of the low. And when this situation came out for me 4 years ago, that it turned my whole world upside down. I felt like I went through a mental breakdown, days after days after days, and it's just the way you had to be able to go through things. And it's just like there's sometimes I'll sit up here and cry because I see the things that I've gone through. I would never wish it on my worst enemy. And, going through these things, I would never wish that on anybody. But then it was just like I went through these things and yet I'm still here, you know. And there's days I cry. I got to be honest about that. There's days I cry. There's days I get mad at the universe, and it's just like, why do I even bother? I'm still in a situation I no longer need to be in. But then I had to sit up here and give my own self that pep talk and call me out on my own you know, and say, yeah, you're still in it, but look at the things you were still carrying. That's not universe's fault. That was mine. you know so I had to call myself out on my own stuff that was it was unintegrated. How you want blessings into your life, but you still holding grudges against people. It took me a long time to say I forgave people like that. Like if I talk about a situation, I really try not to get talk about it, because it's like in my body it's like, why you even want to digest that again? And it's just like I don't even have, it's like when you have said something so much, it's like you're still living in that moment. And I had to allow myself to not do that. you know I've had things that happened to me that was very unforgivable. The worst of the worst. Like I don't think anybody can get that low. I think the lowest of the low is when you actually kill somebody just over some stupid stuff. you know and it was the worst. But it was just like my enemies got mad, got really mad, because I was still here after all the stuff that they put me through. you know yeah, it can be a very lonely world. Yeah, it can be very tough, and there's times you may feel alone, but they had to get you into that moment of solitude for them to be able to bless you. When you be around a lot of people, you got too many distractions around you. Or you start seeing people that you really trusted in your life flip a switch on you so quick. Like they don't wore so many different masks, that fake one became real to them, and you had to be able to see that. Even if it don't matter how much love you had to give that person or how much support you have gave that person, you were that blessing that they needed at that time, because they needed to reflect on seeing, I've been through all this bad stuff, but yet I'm still trying to project love out. And that was a blessing towards you, on seeing how hateful people can be. But don't allow what those people do to you make you a person like them. You are totally different. You were built a whole different way. And that's what they want us to be able to do, because just because there's ugliness out in the world, you don't have to project. That's the problem with the world today. We always trying to go tit for tat for folks. And it's like it's not going to go nowhere. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just like when I see different things in life, I'm just like, I don't understand how people's mind can work like that. I see people killing people, senseless things. And then when I had the ultimate done to me by my so-called family, I ain't even harm a hair on their head, which I had every right to. But that wasn't my job to be able to take somebody out because of the harshness they put me through. Even though it almost pushed me there, that's what the devil wanted me to do. Because it's like I'm that type of person. I love watching crime shows on YouTube. And it's not like it's a demented thing, because I had to check that. I'm like, wow, I ain't demented. I ain't trying to kill nobody. But just being able to see what minds are capable of. Because there's people out there that's just straight dark. Just really straight dark. But there are certain people that are very damaged. And most of the ones that are dark, they don't went through some kind of damage in their life to make them like that. And some of them just straight like that, you know. And I just see it like, God, dog. I was watching a show. What was it called? This dude named Bennett Paris killed his little sister, and I'm just looking like, this boy is smart as hell, but he's calculated when I'm calculated psychopaths. That's the scariest thing. But I'm like, don't let that boy out, But it's just, the fact is, when you have had so much hate, so much harm pressed on you, and that mess can hurt like hell. And it took a lot of layers, and you suppressed so much that it became a cast around your heart, around your soul, and it deadened that. You had to be able to go through those traumas of tragedies for it to spark up something. It was like you were running on fumes for so long, running on fumes for so long. And then when you did that, that trauma ignited something in you. And it had to be that, because it took you to that point, like, what am I missing? What do I need to learn about myself? you know and then when you allowed yourself to say no more, but then when you had to face those things, that it almost choked you. It almost choked you, but you had to be able to digest that truth, because it was harsh as hell, but that was the truth, and you had to be able to respect that. And it's just like, damn, that was cold. Okay, but what do I need to do to release this? You need to allow yourself to really face those things. Really face those things, because you are not the product of what is taking place into your life. You were that person that had this happen to your life, but watch me overcome that. Watch me heal from that. Watch me expand myself and level up against that. I ain't gotta be that way. Especially if you've been in, abusive relationships. Parents are all jacked up. You the black sheep. You the scapegoat. All these different things. You ain't gotta be like that, because when you're like that, you're placing yourself in their shoes. Because deep down inside, what they pressed on you, they can't walk in your shoes for even one step, because they wouldn't be able to make it, because they see that in you. They see that love in you. They see that compassion in you. They see that delight in you, and they try to dim that. They try to break that down, because they want to destroy something that was precious, because theirs was destroyed. And that caused a fraction of dominoes that needed to stop. So we're allowing ourselves to really, really, really face those things, for us to be able to move on. It's not going to be easy. They never said it was. But at the end of the day, when you allow yourself to really step back, you were like, damn, it didn't break me, but it sure made me out of something that I never thought I could be. And that's what makes you powerful. And you've always been powerful like that, because you wouldn't have nobody coming at you crazy. You wouldn't constantly keep having downfall after downfall. You wouldn't keep on having those bricks put up on you that blocks you in. You wouldn't be able to move on from the karmic cycles until you took your power back, until you can say, whatever is done to you has nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to give you my power for me to stay in a stagnation, because you choose to stay in a stagnation. We're not here to keep on. You can plant that seed all day, but you're not here to heal anybody. You're here to reflect what needs to be healed, as you're reflecting what needs to be healed in you. Whatever you are constantly attracting, what do you constantly surround yourself by, that's what you become. That's why I rather, if I you see me grow, I want you to grow with me. If you being supportive, I want to support you. You show me love, I want to be able to show you love. But if you gonna challenge me, how about I exit myself out? You know, when I came a competition, I'm gonna let you be in a competition with that drama that you're trying to keep. I'm all about wanting to see my loved ones grow. I'm all about being that encouragement because there may not been encouragement around you. Want to be able to give you a positive tip when you self-doubt yourself. I've been in those situations. And people just be mad as hell at me because it's like, damn, I be putting all this stuff on her and she still ain't croaked yet. No, no. Because if it was my time, it would be my time. You can't stop what it has a purpose to it. My prayers got a plan. And your destruction end up being my deliverance. So those are the things. It may be killing you, but it's killing off the things that are no longer embedded in you. Those things are coming out. It's like an infection. It's coming out in your pores. It's making your mind hurt because it's pushing it out of your mind. You may be going to the bathroom every 5 minutes because it's in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like the chakra, the sacral chakra is healing. So you got hormonal imbalance. Digestive tract, maybe, having you run behind a glue truck. You run into the bathroom every minute because it done held on to things so long where it messed up your digestive tract. Your mind has been a war for constant. It's been on a run. So that mess is going to start pounding because that darkness needs to come out. That hurt, that pain, the wounds, all of that needs to come out. And so these things are happening the way that is. And that can be harsh. But these are being the main things when you have faced this and you say enough is a daggone enough. There's just that point. Evil will push you, but you better push their butt right back and say, now what? You already had, you can't do no worse. It's just like I saw a post talking about, you think you can hurt my feelings? I'm an overthinker. I already overthought that you were about to do that in the first place. You already been planned. You have gone through so many different things in your life. It's not that time to feel sorry for yourself, to feel like I can't go on anymore. I can't constantly keep doing this. Yes, the hell you can. If you even got to psych yourself out and say, there's people around the corner praying for your downfall, that see that blessing coming in you, so they want to try to break you. If that ain't enough to get fire up under your tail and have you to keep going, I don't know what is. And a lot of times you have to be able to psych the mind out for that, because your mind has been trained to move at a certain pace, move at a certain speed, look at what you want to look at, ignore what needs to be focused on. The things that you want to go up for, sometimes it draws you back because you don't want to do all that work. You have to be able to reset. You got to do a spiritual factory reset. Okay, I want better in my life. Okay, what am I going to do? Allow myself to focus on what is going to bring life into my life, not what's going to suck the energy out of it. Don't feed the tragedy, but feed the production. Those are the things that needs to grow, because that's going to take you somewhere. It's just like you trying to get weeds, even though they may be pretty at times. It depends on how you look at it. Everything has a source to it, but you got to make sure it's a good one. And that's the reason why we're going through all these things we have to go through. Yeah, you have to be patient with yourself. A lot of things may be moving fast for other people and not moving as fast as you want it for you. You're not in competition with nobody's trails. You're in competition with your own. And when you're seeing that with other people, that's it, they're giving you that little sign, that little notification. Your blessings are coming up next. So when you see people, it's a difference when you see somebody and they're actually happy over those compliments. You know what I'm saying? Those accomplishments. That's what I meant to say. And they want to be able to express that, but you have to be able to tell the difference between somebody actually being happy of their achievements and somebody trying to be passive and trying to rub something in your face. Is two different things. And even or recognize that you can observe the hell out of it and still congratulate them, because that hater already compared themselves to you. That's why they made sure they broke their neck to sit up here and tell you, because there's something that you got that they want. That's for number one. And they want to be able to discourage you and say, nah, look, I got this and you don't. You ain't got to play the little childhood game. Leave that tetherball mess back in elementary school. You up here with the big leagues. you creating your own legacy, drama free, chaos free. All of this is running on spirit, magic, achievements, power, you know, accolades, upper echelon, some different stuff like that. So when you're allowing yourself to do that, face what you need to face. Allow yourself to do that. It ain't gonna be easy, but then it's just like, dang, when you have done that, there's nothing else can penetrate you. Yeah, we all this life, you're gonna have those ups and downs. Everything is temporary. So why should you, I have to tell myself, why are you living in your last days focusing on things that is out of your control? Why are you allowing certain things to get to you when it seems like, the evil is winning? It's not. It's not, but it's forcing you to be able to face something so you can be able to release that. So allow yourself to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and give a post notification shout out uh, to Shannon Ganator. I apologize if I messed that name up. Nicole Yarbrough and Lauren and Aphrodite Bethlehem. Much love to you as well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. Drop a line. I would love to get a chance to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. Give me a thumbs up so we can spread the channel. Tell somebody about it. They may be able to relate to some of the things that I talk to, or maybe all the things. Never know. I'll leave all my contact information at the bottom so you can be able to privately get in touch with me. I'll do a lot of empath one-on-one, what I call it empath social working, which I love to do. It's just to have a deeper understanding about your life purpose, about your gifts. There's so many different things that's going on. And yeah, if you're new to it, I got a community page. I put different twin flame updates, because there's twin flames that's going into a huge cycle right now as well. Different moon phases, or just a hee or ha ha, or something that you may be needing to hear at that time when you're feeling low. So being able to check those out as well. So know you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything you're trying to manifest in your life comes so much bigger than you ever imagined, comes so much quicker than you ever thought it would. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibe, frequencies. You never know. All those things take you a long way. See you on my next video. Peace.